Fantom Foundation unveils fUST native stablecoin of network. But before we get started, I want to give BSC News a personal thank you. They have featured one of my previous videos, and I also want to give a thank you to Chung Yi for this article. We're also going to go over FTM, Fantom's official Twitter page, and if you stick around to the end of the video, we'll do some price predictions and look at the support and resistance of Fantom, okay? But first, let's jump right in. We got Fantom distance itself from UST by assuring its community that the fUSD will have the same categorization mechanism as DAI. The team did not reveal all the relevant information, but promised that an in-depth blog detailing fUSD functions will be released in the coming weeks. Okay, so I'm sure they don't want to release any information so nobody bites their style, meaning that nobody takes any of their ideas or whatnot like that, right? We are finalizing the fUSD liquidation code base currently under audit. If the audit is positive, the liquidation mechanism will be ready for production in 3 to 4 weeks. So that's pretty early if you think about that. Usually we hear about some promises and they're way down the road. This is right away. They must have seen the problem with UST and what happened with Luna, and they're fixing it right away. So maybe this is that silver lining. And this is right from the Fantom page. Check this out. We got fUSD is not UST. So they are calling a spade right now on their official page. fUSD is an over-categorization stablecoin similar to DAI, backed by staked FTM. UST had nothing backing it. That is pretty interesting. I mean, their heart right on their sleeve, right? Users created fUSD by borrowing against their staked FTM. Okay, that's pretty crazy. If you guys made it to this part of the video, go ahead and leave some comments down below about how you feel about the news of not only about Fantom, but how do you think this has, and what results does this have to do with UST failing basically, and Fantom, making a solution for this. So there is a silver lining. And now we're going to jump into the support and resistance right away if you made it to this part of the video, right? So right now we're going to identify these. We're using the drag line to help us notice when the drag line says green line, when it basically got really close to bouncing. We see this. We're on the 15-minute chart, but what I want us to look at is we're going to layer this chart all the way. And the reason we're identifying this and we're looking at FTM on Binance futures, and why is that? Because this is for a style of trading that's called scalping, or like I like to call it, gap and go trading. So the one thing you have to do is identify your support and resistance, and then after that start to identify when the price is oversold or overbought, and identify what trend are you in, right? So right now we're going to see what trend are we in. Let's go all the way up to the 4-hour chart first and see how are we trading in the 4-hour. So the 4-hour, as we can see, we have the dots on the top. And we're not looking too good at the moment, so that news has not yet affected the price, right? But we're going to work our way down, and we start to see the 2-hour reacting a little bit different, where we see a push pressing against that 42.22 or 43.22. And right now we see where we made a support on the 1-hour chart. We start to make a higher low. So we're definitely going to test this, what is that, 42 range? So about 42 cents. We're going to keep working our way down. And we see that right here again. We see again support on the 30-minute, higher low. So we're noticing that we're about to break this, and we can identify that as well by using our other indicators. And we're going to use them right now. I'm going to show you how. We have the MACD with hollow candles on the bottom. Let's make this chart a little bit bigger. With hollow candles right on the bottom, identifying that, we're in a bullish trend. When they're hollow, that means we have buying pressure. We're also breaking through these moving averages. As you can see, the body of the candles are breaking clear through these moving averages. And usually we go down through the green cloud and break out through the red cloud. This is something that we're going to see time and time again. We've seen that on the MFI, we have been oversold here, and we have yet to compensate any white marks on the top side of this MFI to say that we've been overbought. So I can see where this trend is moving upwards. We also see BTC and the rest of the market starting to pick up, and that will reflect on the other tokens as well. So we're going to auto this really quick just to get it within range. Okay, so we see that again on the 15-minute chart, support on the 39.49, and now we start to see this climb, higher low, and we're testing that 42 cents mark. Okay, so that 42 cents is going to be that resistance, and we're going to see if the price comes back down one more time within this range. It could be a smaller channel that gets identified right here, just to take a breath and pump right back up, because we're not yet overbought at all. We also have the MACD that was pretty oversold and never went to the top side, how it's done over here when it gets really high. So we definitely have that range, that gap for that possibility for it to grow to that top side. We'll go ahead and work our way down to the bottom of the charts. As you can see, the 5-minute, like I said, we could probably be finding a smaller channel just to take a breath and then pump right back up, because the overall market is looking mostly bullish. As we can see on a 3-minute chart, now we have dots on the top. So we are probably most likely going to find a channel right about here, a small little channel to take a breath and then continue this range. On the 3 minute, we're overbought. But I like to look at it on the higher time frames. It's a little bit more mature and lets you get longer spreads, right? If you would have got in right here, this mark where everything just flipped on the 1 hour chart, this is a nice long spread, especially now with some bullish news that came out. So if you guys made it to this part of the video, go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe, make sure the bell notifications on so you guys do not miss out on any daily content. And like that, you guys can continue to come back and experience the abundance of money with me. Until next time, you guys know what it is. Later.